was pretty happy with this adventure. It was.
You're pretty gung ho at the end, though.
It had to be that way.
Yeah.
Our plans only lasted to the planning stage. Right?
I was
That whole not knowing until way late into it that there was a ring of invisibility we had.
Jesus.
Really kind of ruined things.
I was in a very awake sleepiness.
What if you were in a sleep awakeness stuff?
Okay, whatever. I wasn't paying attention to anything. I was in a trance. Academia.
No.
So it's
Pot comes in, roll some dice, everybody dies, campaign's over.
yeah, it's 10 o'clock and
We're going to walk out.
What?
So when you go and tell them.
Oh.
All done.
Alright, have fun.
Hello.
We need to get everyone
So-
from the
Are
trailer.
you live right now?
I texted them.
Oh.
Only lukewarm, alive, fake, undead. So we're wrapping up Tolkien Moot XIII now. People are still kind of hurrying, trying to tie up their story threads. So give it a few minutes. So I'll run through a few things. So again, the theme this year was Mordor, and we had some interesting differences in the outcomes between the different groups. Sounds like you guys are riding out a Mordor battle triumphant.
Pretty
which
much.
is-
Yeah.
Somebody made the mistake of giving us an armor pig.
An armor pig?
Yeah.
Two of them.
His DB was like 85 or something.
Two
And he
people.
swung for a 145. So,
Okay.
With
somebody
people-
had a ring of invisibility that they didn't
I
So
forgot
find out
it.
about-
Don't
So
blame
did you guys go to Minas Tirith?
know. Yes? Maybe?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
All right.
I don't know. I'm unarmed.
But you have the prisoner, right? You have
We got him from the
Fiona
convoy.
Carrier.
We got him from the convoy. We
actually
killed
got,
all
like,
the everything that was there.
Okay.
Ran into an arm.
We saved a bunch of the. I had
Did a
him.
bunch of people leave or something?
They're still.
I had
They
him.
were going.
Yeah, you guys can. So yeah, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Do you guys know each other? Yeah.
We're on the air right
We were
now.
so gung ho at the end.
Right.
And,
We were gung ho.
Oh, you're
We took
Jake.
two of the
Okay.
points, grabbed all the close
So,
we could, and
we
they
rescued the
flamed
prisoner.
both, and we just shot our way.
At Francion. Yeah, we killed all of the orcs. Actually, they killed us. We killed all the orcs, killed all the men,
I've decided, John.
and
we do
then
campaigns
when we only
we will
freed
have more than
part
four
of
people.
the slaves. So I had
Slow me
another
down?
12 slaves.
No,
I
to
said,
speed
"Hey,
us up
gather
because
all
we
the
need to
fighters,
like have
took
more
all the armor that was usable and
damage
the
going
weapons,
out.
loaded up in the cart.
So
As a
we
person
have
you
the
give
supplies.
like 10-person parties,
You
that's
only have one
not
person
how it
killed.
works.
No, not like a ton. It's like
He
it's
kept
like
breaking
one
free,
six.
and he kept
No,
selling
honestly,
it.
I played
They'd
in
see that his
Arthur's
chains came off, they came back on.
Like,
Everybody else is chained up. And
And that one hero is slaughtering all the orcs by himself.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Jake.
No,
Oh, no,
That's
no.
his dog.
Him and his
Yeah,
dog.
no, it's his dog that's slaughtering.
But the rest of them are still chained up. Now they managed to grab hold of weapons, but they're like chained up at disadvantages. They're trying to stab people while they're chained to this group of people around a stake. The only thing is that the orcs, because if they wait until daylight to start the ruckus, the orcs are all at disadvantage too.
That would have been nice.
We're rolling a bunch of this.
Were you there for Merlin's late night where John did the protection from undead or evil, whatever? Everybody else was knocked out. It was just the wizard left.
Oh,
And there were zombies and everything and undead everywhere coming at him. And he had protection from evil undead, which lasted minutes.
Right.
And so he's just, doing a little, they can't touch him. And
Right.
he's standing over his unconscious
Yeah,
comrades,
yeah, I was there.
protecting him. Yeah.
That's when you
And
pull one
like
of those
just
Queen
slowly,
songs on you.
and like took
Slaughter.
forever on the roll, but slowly.
I mean, yeah, this is a
Took them
grind.
all out.
It's just because of how everybody's at disadvantage constantly in this battle.
Sorry
Except
about one
for
more
the
time.
one guy.
Okay.
I forgot about your Nichols and Ceremonies.
It's all right.
I am the guy.
It's not super formal, but you know, we get.
And cut.
Yeah.
Scene.
Okay. Well, I know some of you are still got to wrap up a little bit after, and that's fine. But officially, Tolkien Moot XIII is coming to an end as of now. I want to thank everybody for all the hard work and the support of the volunteers and everything you've done, and running the games, and participating in the games, and helping with the food, and all this great stuff. This doesn't happen without everything you guys do. And I hope you had a good time, and are still having a good time for those who still need to tie up loose ends. So this is the third weekend of July each year that we do Tolkien Moot. If we can, we'll try to next year do it at a facility rather than the house. But if we don't have the money, then we'll do it here. We'll do what we have to do. Keep it going. That will be Tolkien Moot 14.
A lucky
Yeah. let's hope.
Frogs plus 1 pound.
Right. Well,
Okay.
So just to review for everybody, TolkienMoot.org, TolkienScholars.org. The RPG Research Project is at RPGresearch.com. Wheelchair-friendly RPG trailer is at RPGtrailer.com. The trailer is going to be at spokon.org, which is coming up August 11th and 13th. John's going to be running gaming there. We're going to be on a number of, or no, you're not running gaming, but you're contributing through your saga, Spokane Area Gaming Alliance, and all that. We'll be on a few panels. Apparently, we're at opening and closing ceremonies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or at least I am. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. But the trailer will be there for all 3 days, and we'll be trying to provide some game sessions. We're also going to be running the accessibility table at the entryway and being accessibility advocates to help people with special needs considerations. And it's there. It's going to be at the DoubleTree downtown, August 11th to 13th. Spokon. Spokon.org. And it's a 501c3. They contribute to getting books for children and such. That's how the 501c3 is constructed. That's our last big event. But the next week, this coming week, Tuesday and Thursday, we're at the Muscular Dystrophy Association summer camp just north of Radford, Idaho, Twin Bell camps. So that's going to be a new thing for us because it's going to be. We don't know how many are going to choose the LARP versus the tabletop. There's 21 campers, most of them in wheelchairs and various levels of muscle weakness and such, plus all of their helpers. We'll start with the drum circle, and then they can choose to either do a LARP or tabletop. They might not do any tabletop. It might be half. I mean, who knows? So it's hard to say. And so it's a battle royale LARP Tuesday, and then it's a quest one with water balloons and bubble wands and water squirters and stuff like that. Thursday, and I'm going to beat some kind of enter monster thing, but on a 1.5 foot tall buckets to try to beat them taller. So that'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds.
I mean, about 8 foot.
Something like that, yeah. It does sound like, I mean, there were only like 1 or 2 people who did not vote for Endwise, but I don't think it'll be just in a bubble. We've done it before. We take several of the ideas. I like a lot of those ideas there. You pick one main theme, but you bring in these other pieces at the same time. And so I think we'll go down that road. It's going to take a while to research that. And when I bring in the other pieces, it'll make it a little easier because there isn't much on Endwise. People have tried for decades to solve that. Now we have that one clue with that map, came across that article that has that piece, but there isn't much info. So bringing in these other ideas and tying them together will help flesh that out into an actual full adventure. I do hope someday we can get back to 3 days. But, you know, as tiring as this was with just 1 day, imagine what it's like trying to do it for 3 days. You have all that lead up and preparation, and then you have to run things for 3 days. It's no wonder that we had MurkCon 3, the game master basically lost his mind on Sunday. He too closely identified with all the monsters. He's like, quit killing my monsters. They're like, I wrote the campaign. And he's like, well, quit killing them off. And he just got really wrapped up in it. It was frustrating but funny. But
that part in the Ragnar Beast, the Rancor Beast, and in the Return of the Jedi.
Where the Pandora starts crying.
Right, yeah, it's kind of like that, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. So, anyway, some of you have long drives home for the night. Chris, sorry you didn't make it. Apparently he slept through his alarm and missed his flight. That was why he, at least according to his text message, that's why he didn't make it. I'm glad to everybody else that did make it. We from Idaho and around. And if you're at all interested in helping grow this and volunteer, please email us. Let us know if you can count on it being the same time each year. Where it will be, how big it will be, that varies. But the consistency of that. So if you can plan your summer around that, the more help we get, the more we can do to make it fun for everybody and better prepared.
Do you want to ask people to remember to turn in their questionnaires?
Yes, please. So yes, thank you. At the back of your participant packet, so we need your packets back because it helps us recycle. In the back is a questionnaire. Please give us frank, honest, kind, but frank and honest feedback. And about your experience, because we do read them and then use that to help try and improve the following year. Whether it's about the temperature, the noise, or the comfort, or how fun the game was. How did you like that the art was continued from last year to this year? Did you like the time period setting it was? Do you want to see more of it, or would you rather see something else? Just let us know. You've got a nice, and you can flip the page and fill in the blank spaces as much. You want to write a whole small novel of ideas? Great, go for it. We do read them, and it is through your direct input that we make all these changes and modifications. It's very much appreciated. So please do fill out those questionnaires in the back, and then make sure you turn in your packets. You can just put them on the green table at the door there where you registered. Anything else I'm missing? Covered the websites, covered that. I think that's it. So those of you online, there have been nice little comments here and there about the trailer and about what you guys were doing there. I didn't see anything about like the game rules, but they just liked because you did little blurbs at the beginning and such. So people were supportive. So that's good. That's
welcome to Tolkien Society meeting in August, 3rd Saturday as well.
Yes, and yeah. So also the 3rd Saturday of every month is the Ea Tolkien Society. We meet here and we talk about all things Tolkien. We don't do any gaming, but we talk about it. We will cover gaming topics in the context of Tolkien and such. But we also cover C.S. Lewis and George McDonald, all the peers and friendships and all the pieces of that. So you are welcome to join us each month. That's from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on the 3rd Saturday of each month. This is just basically a bigger extension of that. Anything else anybody wants to cover?
I want to say thank you for hosting this. You did a fabulous job here.
It was wonderful.
So, wherever it may be well. Namarie. Tolkien Moot XIII is over. Onward to 14. Have a great summer.
All right, people, come and get finished in the guild.
Let's get
Because
get
the
it
court
over with,
reinforcements
guys.
are coming.
2 of them in a row.
2 in a row.
One guy.
Yeah, Jake was telling me.
So, Jacob, how do you like that it was connected from last year, even though your tables did different things?
It was fun.
Okay.
I had a good time. I mean, I was literally at the same table as I
Yes,
was
right.
last year with
Ended up that way, yeah.
1, 2. I think Aaliyah was with us. 3.
Yep.
Did we
Yeah.
have anybody else with us from?
Um,
No.
Dev
Austin-
was not
Austin
here,
was
and yeah, Austin was well, no, Austin was not. Yeah, so
Huh. Was it not
Yeah.
him last one?
I'm not sure on that.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it was good. We had a good
Good.
time.
Good.
Yeah, I look forward to moving on to our. It was fun. I like the continuation,
Sure.
but I want to move on to another
Okay.
topic and
All
enjoy
right.
it.
Yeah.
Mordor was cool, but it was, I don't know.
It's
Just
kind of limiting.
Yeah.
Role play is limited.
yeah, because well, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Lots of traveling.
Although Brian's group really did role play it out more.
Oh,
they,
nice.
they didn't fight so much, but so
Well,
they did some
No,
deception.
we
and stuff
it
like
just
that.
it was just happening to the
Sure, it
circumstances.
happens. Yeah.
Like
You
we
get
went
bad
into a
roll or
cave, there just
something,
happened to be 20
Sure.
of them in there. Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, we killed them. And,
So you looking forward to combination of Entwives and Bombadil and
absolutely.
Tolkien religion and all that next year?
sure.
Okay, cool. From all the different, were you out when we were doing the suggestions for next year's theme?
I think I just missed that.
Had
chunk because
everybody
I came
vote?
down a little
Okay.
late.
Yeah, we had everybody. We came up with like 7-8 different ideas, and it was almost unanimous for Entwives. There were like a couple of hands.
But we've been kicking that around for like last 2
Yes,
years.
which
so.
is going to be really hard by
Yeah.
itself. There's not a lot
We
of
did
material.
Mordor. We wanted to go into Mordor.
We did it.
We
You
talked about
did it.
that one. And
Yeah,
then,
nobody said liquid light though.
Oh, that
like-
was because I was
because you were
I fell
asleep. Yeah.
You didn't want that though either, because I've been like,
I already went through that with Sean.
yeah.
I was like, oh man, because it makes you like super invincible. So, well, it would probably next year you'll have to suggest.
It'll be
it.
full scavenger hunt. And once we have it, then
Yeah.
we'll have to have a quest with god abilities that we have to go.
But so yeah, so the things people came up with were Tom Bombadil,
Okay, that'd be nice. To
Tolkien's religions. All
Okay.
there are some.
Yeah.
The Entwives.
Yeah.
Was it you who suggested that a few weeks ago, a week or two or three
Entwives,
ago?
yeah. We
Yeah.
had talked
Okay.
about it,
Because I brought that up because
Yes.
I couldn't remember who it
the
was.
light
but-
and the endwives are the ones
Right.
that
Okay. CJ, some of the others.
Those are the three that got the most.
The other Palantirs. Besides, we already did Weathertop, but there's 7 stones plus the 8th one in Numinous.
And the old. Anyways,
The
they're from
Seeing Stones that communicate.
Oh yeah.
So there's each one has a story, and each one is different, and different sizes and everything. Anyway, it's all on our channel, and
Yeah.
I'll go through all the notes and such. But sometimes somebody want to do Dragons of the North. We kind of did that years ago, but yeah.
The dragons.
That was the only one.
I did one, Let Sleeping Dragons Lie, and it was a 5-part, and I way overwrote it. It's a full campaign.
Jeez.
We could run it sometime if you wanted. It's a full campaign. We can run 6. That doesn't stop it. Plunk you down in Middle Earth and Harpy, just get lost in the mists.
Yeah. We're gonna recruit some dragons.
That's your guys' quest anyway.
Yeah.
For the two
That
of you.
is.
Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna find my dragon to bring back.
You're only in Valhalla right now, that's all.
No problem.
You only were incinerated and came back from the dead.
You messed up on the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, I'm so glad you thought of that. Because that would have sucked.
I gotta level up my character.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah.
So, CJ, you need a ride for me?
No.
You got a ride?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, you're welcome to chill as much as you want since people are still.
10:30 is when I'm.
Okay. All right. Very cool. I'm so glad you made it. I'm, sorry you were late, but I'm glad you got to enjoy what you got to enjoy. I hope you'll come next year.
Yeah.
Hope you had a good time. Yeah. Brian went ahead.
He put a lot of work into his characters too.
What's that?
He put a lot of work into his characters too.
Yeah,
Like, he comes up with,
I'm
like-
bummed because
He comes up with like a mold for the character. He's like, this is
Yeah.
gonna be this kind of
I'm
person.
bummed this keeps happening, and this was specifically your table.
I know.
3 people.
Yeah.
I was like, what the? You heard what I said about Chris's flight?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but that's what he said.
I don't know. If you're spending that much money on tickets,
Says he slept through his alarm and couldn't get another flight. I'm like,
That seems odd. Chris doesn't seem like the kind of person to lake that way.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
the guy
know.
from Oregon, right? He
Yeah,
always used to help
down in
with
Southern
that.
Oregon. Yeah. So I don't know. It was a bummer because, it's good when he makes it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too bad. And then I guess she eventually made it. But yeah, we had to by then everything was so far along. Carol, or no, that's Ashley, never mind. So no, Carol never did make it, did she? She kept saying she was going to, and she didn't.
No.
And then, but at least the other Jacob did.
Yeah, Jake made it. Yeah, he
So,
seemed to have a great
He
time.
did. It seemed like he
So-
really was excited. So, yeah, I'm sorry that, boy, just.
I mean, it happened like the one.
I know.
It's happened several
third
different
time.
moves.
It's the third time it's happened to you. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think the first move that I was here, I was gonna have a table with Drake, or maybe it was. No, it was Drake's table. That was the first time he was gonna run a table, and I was gonna be part of it, and it broke, and we ended up getting scattered up. That's when I learned to do multi. That was
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I know that you want to do a LARP next time,
Be nice.
but we're pushing time limits.
We'll have to
Well,
expand to 2 days.
Possibly.
So-
Now, some of the MCARD folks too said like they'd love to see it happen too. So
God.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're still online, so be careful.
We have this saying in AmpGuard: if you want somebody to show up on time, you tell them to show up 2 weeks before.
Well, look what happened here. But when we did it, I mean, several came from AmpGuard, and we had a good old time.
Yeah.
The dwarf guy, the guy in the red with the mask.
Yeah,
We had a couple of them.
Not this one.
Oh,
When we did the LARP,
yeah,
they were from AmpGuard. and
No, they came from a different one. The
They
guy with
did?
the mask came from AmpGuard. And then
Okay. The
the
other
other
guy was
guys
from
came
something
from
else.
something out in Idaho that's like a
Oh.
role play heavy LARP.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
He's
they were all
actually, I
AmpGuard.
kind of stay in touch with that guy. He's actually a park ranger somewhere now.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Cool. And that was Austin's first intro to LARPing. He loved it.
Yeah.
So,
I'll
yeah.
run one. We just gotta
Yeah.
cram it in.
Well,
We're gonna have to go to 2 days if we were to.
possibly.
and have it
Yeah.
Or maybe two. Not right. Yeah. No.
We'll
Oh my
we'll
gosh.
figure something out.
We'll have to be.
As we get better at all this,
Yeah.
we'll come up with creative solutions.
I was good until I started filling out my character sheet for Tor. And then I was just like,
Yeah, I caught it. I was this third session. I was like,
yeah.
I don't realize you're playing.
I was a zombie. They're like, Hawk, huh? What? I just kept fading in and out. So hopefully now that it's bedtime, I could actually go to sleep. You know, you get all wired after pushing through it. But yeah, so John, they're wrapping up theirs. They're having a good old time.
Nice.
So that's good.
I'm gonna try Jake's style. I can't remember what it's called. It's 5th edition online, and all of the maps in your character the modules are already laid out with pictures and everything like that. I can't remember what it's called.
Roll 20.
Roll 20.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I'll
I've
try
tried
it.
it a few times.
Yeah, I've used it.
I've never played with it before.
The problem is when it acts up, it completely disrupts the
Sure.
flow of the game.
Sure.
So you add this whole technology and online issue, and it gets very frustrating.
Oh, you mean for running your campaign?
No, I'm just gonna join in on one
Yeah,
of these things.
Oh,
it's
'cause
a way
it's
to
the one that's
play with
online.
others. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
over the internet, and when it works, it's great. We did early Roll20 stuff, like before they had a complete platform.
Yeah.
And when it worked, it was okay. It was better than nothing. We did it because Joe was kind of in a funk and needed a little socializing. So like, oh, let's do it. It was Thanksgiving, and so we started a Beirut campaign, and
Nice.
did that for a few months. I think we did 9 sessions.
Yeah.
And it was Joe. So Joe is an improv comic at Jet City, and he brought in one of his coworkers as well, Keeson, and they were a hoot.
Yeah, they were very
Yeah,
fun.
Joe got killed. When the 4 Mordredian riders, remember how they were dogging you
oh yeah,
guys?
our first battle.
And just before they got to the temple, the wrestling guy, he went out to charge one of them, and he got critted.
Oh.
And just dropped like a sack of potatoes and just died.
Oh.
Just wham! He was done. And so Joe's first character died. So then he came up with this cleric who's proselytizes, Cord. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're talking about Joe's.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that Cord, that wrestling guy, was Joe's second character in
Oh.
Beirut. that you guys ran into and wants to wrestle and everything.
Nice.
You still used him after that?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
no, we made that temple and
We
everything.
still have
They got to run into him and he challenged them to wrestling and
wonderful.
everything.
Made him way more powerful.
like.
What's
some
that?
of
Made him a lot more
those
powerful.
necklaces he had that was
Love
No, he had some good rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little more powerful.
Pretty
No,
bad.
I remember you guys were barely
No, we're
second
first
level
level.
or something. Yeah.
Oh,
We
we were still
were-
first level. We were first level.
But you
forever.
get that. But all these things help shape
Yeah.
it. So, but they were funny because of it being the improv background. They were pretty
Just
funny.
going for it.
Yeah. And he did two very different characters. His first one was a really bigoted wood elf with a bad attitude, and then this wrestler guy who was just totally gregarious and friendly and proselytizing and tough. Yeah. It was fun.
Nice meeting you.
And then Katie's character Poppy in Tor is she plays
A time traveling elf or
Ho-
hobbit.
Hobbit, but just kicks rear.
Poppy gets good rolls most of the time.
I've only been to 2 moots. This one and one like 2 years ago.
Right.
Year before.
And I played with Poppy both times.
Yeah.
Well, kind of played with Poppy.
Well, she's getting a higher and higher level here. So.
Yeah, no, my rolls even surprised Brian. He was like, really? You rolled what? You know, but I'm not against, you know, I am not, I am opposed, but I am not safe from critical failures.
Just me, Hawk, Brian, and Richard at the time.
So,
My friend DM.
Yes.
for one thing,
The one who's
Drake's
the principal
little
of Party.
Drakeism this time.
And so
Okay.
she told me about it.
If
I
you
actually
roll
thought he was gonna be here today.
open-ended and you're going positive and you roll like a 4, then it becomes a negative. And I was like,
What?
What?
yeah, he did that to me one
No,
time.
that's nothing.
But it is though. He did this game. He did.
Well, you must be.
He's saying it's not in the rule.
No, it's his Drakeism. And I gave
Well,
it to him.
no, I experimented with that a long time ago too. 'Cause I thought
And I was like,
funny.
that is, I did. I was like, no.
Farewell, Ashley. Thank you for coming.
So glad you made it.
It was
so
wonderful
glad.
to play with you.
On the gaming table, that was amazing. I had so much
It
fun.
was our pleasure. You did a great job. We were really glad to have you. I hope you'll make it again next year.
I can't promise I'll make it in August because of scheduling, but I may try and.
Oh, the
start
society
coming to
meetings?
the
That'd be
society
great.
meetings, yeah.
Oh, we'd love to have you. And if you can't make it in person,
They were hurting my head.
yeah.
So I put it in my
If you
purse.
can't make it in person, we do broadcast our meetings, and you can
Cool.
post questions and stuff too. But we love it if you can make it in person too. You heading out?
Yep.
All right. Be
Have a
safe.
good one,
Take care.
guys.
Thank you so much for coming.
Okay.
So I'm gonna grab the remains of
Her
the green.
contact information is on a
That's not even
sticky
much
on
left.
the
It got
wall
scraped all the way to
Okay.
the end.
of the game
Every
room.
day
Okay.
they liked it.
She's interested in joining a tour.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I put that. I put Tolkien Moot tour fan
Okay.
at the bottom.
Cool.
To give you a hint
Thank you.
what that was
Okay,
for.
let's stop this straight in here.